Good evening, folks. I'm Ben. This is Seth.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about Marvel's Captain America's Civil War trailer, where Captain America and Iron Man fight over slavery.
It's about states' rights, you idiot.
Shut up, you racist!
Not racist. We just know that Robert E. Lee is going to come back from the dead and fight for states' rights.
Yes, Robert E. Lee would always fight for state rights.
Yes.
Even when they were wrong. Because, see, the Civil War was about state rights, but one of those rights was whether or not you had the right to own slaves or not.
Mm-hmm.
A dark chapter from American history. As Southerners, we fully understand all this.
Yeah, we get picked on for it all the time. And also, there's always somebody with a rebel flag driving down the road.
Always somebody.
Big ones, too.
Yes.
There was one truck I saw with 3 on it.
Oh, 3?
3.
Okay, so just as, rural people and Alabamians and Southerners, we would like to say, we are sorry for all the rebel flag nonsense.
It is pretty stupid.
Yes, it is. But let's talk about more fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America Civil War. Watched the trailer. I liked it. It's pretty much, same thing we've seen before, but, I like that, so I'm okay with that. It's going to be a movie about superheroes fighting.
Disney's got it down to a science for Marvel. It's just like, how do we make money? This is the formula, follow it.
Yes. So, if you like superheroes fighting, this is the show for you. If you don't like superheroes fighting, well, there's probably not going to be a lot there for you, because that's pretty much how it's been for all Marvel movies. But that's what I take on it. Your take?
I liked it. They're not going with the comic book storyline of the Civil War. That'd be a bit difficult to translate into film. There's a lot of content there and a whole lot of superheroes that Marvel doesn't have access to right now. I mean, when the movie was conceived and probably the screenplay written for it, they didn't have access to Spider-Man, which if you've read any of the comics or understand, he's a very pivotal part in the Civil War. He might show up in Civil War Part 2. We don't know. He might even show up in this one. It could just occur. But since Fox has given Disney the right to do it.
Yes, about Part 2, full disclosure, we had talked for about an hour about this, and then I saw the microphone was off. I'm stupid.
Yep.
But,
so my idiot comment earlier was correct.
Yes. But we talked about how it might be done up into 2 parts.
Well, I believe it is. I think I saw a thing a while back. I mean, you could probably look it up instantly if you really wanted to and find out if it is going to be 2 parts, which I believe it is. I think it is. I know that Avengers 3 will be in 2 parts. I saw that. I believe Captain America Civil War will be in 2 parts as well.
Yes.
And, earlier we had the discussion of, the whole 2-part thing. He blamed, the Harry Potter series for doing it. I don't know if it came out before that or not, but it's the whole, hey, let's stop in the middle of the story and make you wait a year to go see the more important parts of the movie to get there. We also had this, I had just the other day had seen Mockingjay Part 2. I have a very weird history with the Hunger Games movies and books. I've read the first book, never saw the original movie, saw the second movie, never read the second book, and then skipped Part 1 of Mockingjay completely and went and saw the third one with my girlfriend. And from what I understand, the whole separating that movie into 2 parts wasn't necessary. The bits that I learned from watching the second movie and from my girlfriend after, I didn't miss much. Just the main parts were them, finding District 13 and a couple other things. Nothing too, and introducing some characters.
Nothing too crazy. Read all 3 books and gonna see the last one. See the last movie. Next week.
It was entertaining though. It was quite entertaining.
Good. Yes. But that is the thing. It's like, well, someone showed, did a little picture where it showed how you used to buy video games and how you used to buy hamburgers, and then they did it to where how you would buy hamburgers if they were like video games nowadays, and it was like, well, here's the meat, and it's extra for the bun, extra for the lettuce, extra for the ketchup.
DLC.
Yeah, and that's it's almost like they're doing that for movies when breaking them up into multiple parts like that.
It's all about money. It's not about content or anything like that. It's all about
about money, but at the same time, it gives us excuses to talk about cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's a two-edged sword, just like everything else.
My just major issue with it is, oh, hey, let's cut off in the middle of the movie and not give you a definite, hey, here's the end, or here's a good stopping point. Like, some of them, what was one that I saw that did it? The Harry Potter one, actually.
Yes.
Deathly Hallows Part
Deathly
1.
Hallows.
The way it ended, it's just like, here's the middle. That's all you got.
The middle.
There's no conclusion to the end of Part 1, and there shouldn't be, but I don't like it. I want a conclusion. I'd rather sit through 6 hours of a single movie with an intermission in the middle rather than an intermission of 1 year.
Oh, yes. So you're the guy who sits down and watches the 6-hour miniseries in one sitting?
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of anime, and I could watch, if I had the time, I would watch a whole series in one sitting.
Oh, yes.
I mean, well, not technically a sitting. I did have to get up and eat and stuff, and things like that. I watched the entirety of the original Air Gear series in one night over to the course of 10 hours, and then got up and went water skiing the next morning.
Now, this makes me think of the sort of the moral of the golden goose, where it's like, let's cut the golden goose open so we get all the eggs at once.
I don't see how that works.
You're well, you've got like this, a good thing, and you're like, well, I'm gonna get it all at once instead of letting it, having it over a period of time. Let's do it all at once.
Well, I believe that's the Netflix syndrome currently. Like, you can sit and down and watch an entire season or series or however much you want to, and then once you're done with it and the next season comes out, you got to wait a week or longer in between each episode. And my girlfriend hates waiting. We watched over the course of the spring and summer, we got into watching Once Upon a Time.
Oh, great show.
And yes, it is. And we started watching it. I missed a few episodes because she was so into it, she'd watch it without me. I didn't miss too much. I understood most of what I missed. But, we watched the entirety of all of it that was on Netflix up until the new season came out on the last year's season came out on Netflix. And we watched all that in about a week. And then the next season came out, and it's still going on, and we missed part of it. I mean, and she's mad, especially over this last weekend, because the weekend before
don't spoil anything.
They played 2 episodes.
Wow!
So they could show the American Music Awards this Sunday,
or
last Sunday, the Sunday previous to this day. But it occurred, and she's upset that they missed a week, even though there were 2 the week before.
My thing, it's like they've turned film into drugs, They give you a little bit, then they cut you off. Then they give you a whole bunch to get you fully addicted, then they cut you off. Well, that's just, they've turned, television and movies into drugs. They give you a little bit, and then you're like, I want more, and then they give you a whole lot, then they cut you off, and you're all freaking out about it.
Well, it's the same thing with anime or any other media that. I mean, if you want something, you want to watch it all, and a lot of people are upset when it ends. Well, it ends at a certain point. It's not like what is it, The Simpsons, where it never ends?
Oh, yeah. Well, I kind of like how they do sort of divide up season of a winter season and a spring season and a summer season and a fall season. Well, like in real life, but
that's
I
so
like
that
how
they
do it.
Film it.
I like how they sort of do that with shows. How one show will just be for the fall, one will be in the winter, one will be in the summer, one will be in the spring. I kind of like that because it gives you more time to watch stuff.
Yeah, it's just it's the whole, sitting there, you can watch 3 or 4 episodes at once, and then you can, take a break, whatever, come back later, finish them, finish the season, and then when you actually get back to where it's being broadcast, on TV, you got to deal with commercials then, which really suck, and then you got to deal with, the whole, I got to wait a week to see my next episode, especially, what really ticks me off, especially about Once Upon a Time, is they'll have a core story episode, that's dealing with the now, and then they'll break off and do a past story in the season now. And it's really annoying.
Well, it's just, just like with everything, filler episodes, they happen.
It's not even really filler. There's something that it deals with the main story a little bit, but it's also, I don't want to wait 2 weeks to find out what happened to this. If you watch Walking Dead, earlier in the season, spoilers, if you haven't caught up.
I haven't caught up.
Okay. Glenn goes missing. All I'm going to say, goes missing.
Okay.
Not going to give you any details.
I've seen that all over Facebook, so I knew something was wrong with Glenn.
Yeah, something happened to Glenn. Well, it took them. This happened in the second or third episode.
Long story short, ration your entertainment so you'll have more of it, and you won't be up the creek without a paddle. Spoilers for the Civil War. Lee loses, and Lincoln dies.
Hell the Confederacy?
Hell Confederacy.
Hell the Confederacy?
Yes.
I'm having a problem speaking.
I am too. We better wrap this up. Go see Captain America: Civil War. If you like the others, you'll like this.
It's good. Oh, sorry, someone knocked, but oh well.
A wild Vila is attacking. Good night, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.